The force is flowing through me right now. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go.
This video is for entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised. I would like to talk to you about the creatures of the cave. I want to talk about Plato's The Allegory of the Cave. What's an allegory? That's a very good question. What's an allegory? It's a story that you tell, and the stuff in it, it represents something else. So there's this cave, right? Okay. All right. And down in the darkness of the cave, there's these prisoners. They're chained up and they're forced to stare at the wall of this cave. And on the wall, there's all these shadows. These shadows on the wall. This isn't, it's like a piece of grass. It's not a dick. And the people are looking at these shadows and they start to talk and they're like, what is this stuff? They've been in the cave their entire lives. They know nothing else but the shadows on the wall. And who are these people? Who do they represent? Well, unfortunately, they're us. We're living in this cave, in the dark, shadows on the wall. So behind us, behind these prisoners, let's say, there is this elevated roadway. And there are people on the roadway that are holding up all these things, these sort of things that represent things, but they're not actually the thing. Who are these people that are behind us, holding up symbols, casting shadows on the wall? Well, they're people who are in positions of great power, and they show us things in the hopes that we will think a certain way, that we will believe certain things. And we can't even see the fire. See, there's this fire. And if we could just turn around and even just see the fire and get an understanding of just that. All right? Because I'm all right. I create the shadows on the wall. The shadows that you believe are the real world. He's supposed to make sounds and move, but I don't have any C batteries. C batteries? Why does he take C batteries? No one has C batteries anymore. You have batteries for your remote control, batteries for your smoke detectors, and that's it. Everything else plugs into the wall or gets recharged. C batteries? We have these desires and these cravings and things, and we don't understand what has even been forced upon us by these shadows. Why? Let me ask you a question. Why do I own not one but two Baby Yoda t-shirts? I could see owning one, but I own two Baby Yoda t-shirts. Why? Why was I compelled? I got the one, and I said, okay, good. I have a Baby Yoda t-shirt now. I'm fine. And then I saw this one, and I'm like, oh, look at Baby Yoda. It's so cute. I have to get this t-shirt. And I don't even know why I'm so compelled to do this, but I have to get these things. They almost got me on that Mandalorian saber thing. Like it's a piece of plastic. It's an overpriced piece of plastic. But you know what? They messed up because they called it the Mandalorian saber. The Mandalorian doesn't have a saber. That's Moff Gideon's saber. All right? Put Moff Gideon on the packaging. All right? That's who I want. I can't think of the actor's name, but he's in like season 2 of The Boys. He's the head of Vought. And he's also in like a really great episode of Community where they go into that video game. I don't remember the actor's name. But he's awesome. And he plays one of my favorite characters, Moff Gideon, the bad guy that shows up at the end of season 1 of The Mandalorian. I hope he's in season 2. But these are the things that the cave does to us. We have these strange cravings for things and we don't really understand why. And none of it's really real. The problem that happens in the cave, we begin to fight with each other about what the shadows mean. And it's horrible. That's a horrible thing we do in the cave, is we sit in the cave and we bicker and argue with each other. All right, I'm a little distracted. There's a mosquito that's been in my home now, and I believe it's genetically modified, because how long do mosquitoes live? They only live like 24 hours, right? This thing's been in my home for like 3 days. And I used to have a spider. He was like my pet spider. He was up in the corner because I let him, like, he was just in the corner. I am not going to bother him. He eats the bugs. But he's now missing. And I think the mosquito got him. And I think the mosquito's coming for me next. I believe it's a genetically modified mosquito. It's on the wall right now. I want to try to go over and get it. Like, see if I could get the mosquito. But, like it. All right, let me see if I can get this. I hit it with my hand. I just went over there. I just hit that mosquito dead with my hand. Boom! It was a goner. There was no place for it to go. And I look and there's nothing there. It's like it teleported. It's like it. It's genetically modified. So, all right, let's talk about some other aspects of the cave. So, we're chained, and we're looking at the wall, and there's these shadows on the wall. Behind us, there are the people holding up the symbols. Who are they? I said they're people of positions of power, but who has the power? Well, who are these people that are holding up these symbols? And I'll tell you what, it's all the things that we believe. It's the things that we see in movies and TV and on the news and things we read about on social media. It's this fake reality, this matrix that's been pulled over our eyes. And so in the allegory of the cave, there's this guy that gets picked up and dragged out of the cave. And he's taken out into the sunlight, and he sees the sun, and he's like, "Oh my God, what is this?" Yeah, and he goes crazy. It's like Paul on the road to Damascus, like he's blinded by the light. You know, she got down, but she never gonna bet she gonna make it. You know, little early birdie with his anus kind of curly. What is that song about? You know what I like from Manfred Mann? I like that Mighty Quinn song. That's a good song. He sees the light. It's not a very subtle metaphor. And he sees reality for what it is. He goes back into the cave. He tries explaining to people what he saw. And you know what the other people in the cave do? They think he's nuts. They make fun of him. They say, like, dude, that's not the truth. That's not reality. I've lived in this cave my entire life. I've seen every shadow on the wall. I can tell you the names of all the shadows on the wall, because they don't know there's shadows on the wall. To them, it's just reality. I like the cave. I love movies and TV shows, but we have to take a responsibility for what is getting inside of our head. Television commercials, I've spoken about. Watch my video of Psychic Vampire TV, and you will get a better understanding of who these people are that are holding up these symbols. Or maybe you don't get a better understanding. That video's kind of weird. We've got to all learn that we're all going through this together. These shadows on the wall, they're not worth it. They're not worth fighting over. Look at that flock of seagulls. Look at that. I'm not happy about the things that the people behind us are holding up and the symbols they're creating for us anymore. I'm tired of it. I put up with it for so long in my life. I'm tired of it. Aren't you tired of the hate? Aren't you tired of the fear? I'm tired of this, man. I don't want to dwell in the bottom of a dark cave. I want to get out in the sun. I want to get some sunlight on this face. Look how pale I am. been in the cave for too damn long. You got to get out there and you got to Howard Beals that. You got to, I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore. No, probably shouldn't say that. I'm going to get accused of inciting a riot. Don't do that. Don't. Just be like, I'm mad as hell. I'm not going to take it anymore. Take some responsibility for your own consciousness. Don't just believe the shadows on the wall. All right? Especially when the shadows on the wall start telling you to hate other people. Don't hate. Love. The truth is love. See the light. We can all get along. We can all love one another. We don't have to have enemies. I'm a troll man. Do. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave me a comment. What Baby Yoda merchandise have you purchased in the last few months? It's like a piece of grass. It's not a dick. Please don't think that. It's not a dick. How many times has that been said in a philosophy lesson? Okay. All right. Allegory. Oh no.